Hello, I thought I'd do a quick video. It's more of a follow-up video from a previous video I did on this programmer. So, yeah, this programmer, for those who didn't see the first video, programs ROM ICs. And as you can see under the server of this programmer, it only lists iPad models with the iPad data. So this video is mainly to show people who are fixing MacBooks how to get the MacBook data and how to build a list of them so you can fix them in future. So yeah, that's what this video is about. And also in my last video I didn't show this in the video, so I thought I'd include it in this video. This is more for MacBook repairs, this one, so because iPads you can get the data off the server. So this is how to build up your ROM IC data list, so you've got them. Right, so this is a MacBook Air A2337, and on the first port it's taking 0.1 amps, and as you can see there's a heat spot on the CD32 chip. And port 2, and you can see the meter just turns on and off, and also it's stuck at 5 volts, it's not going up. And the heat spot's on the same chip, so that's most likely the problem with this board. As you can see, the heat spot's on that chip, so that chip's most likely burned out, and that's probably what's causing it not to charge and not power on. So yeah, I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you more in depth of how to build up your MacBook list. And once you built it, it's there for future use. So if you ever come across an A2337 again, you'll have the data to burn onto the ROM IC using this programmer. And I never showed it in the last video. So here's the ROM IC. As you can see, the pins are connected directly to the CD32 chip. And this is what causes these problems with the ROM IC. So when the CD32 chip burns out, it sometimes burns out the ROM IC. Right, so this is the board I'm working on, and on the first port we're getting 0.1 amps, and on the second port we're getting on and off, and also we're getting a heat spot on the CD32 chip. So that's the board I'm repairing. This is a donor board, so to do this you will need a donor board originally, but once you've done this, that's it, you won't need any more donors to program the ROM IC. So yeah, originally you will need a donor board of the same model, but that's the best thing about building up the list. Once you've got it, you won't need it again, so you won't need any donor boards to do this. Right, so I'm going to set up the programmer. I've got a clearer view of the programmer now on the camera, so you should be able to clearly see it. And I'll put in the iCloud locked ROM IC, so this is from the donor board. Right, and I'll show you how to build your list. So if that's red, it means it's not read properly or the chip's dead. And when it goes green, it means the chip's good and it's ready to read. So you hit read, and as you can see it's reading at the moment. It's flashing green, which means it's reading. Right, so there's all the data, and we hit here. Instead of going server, you go save local, and from here you can save the data from the iCloud ROM IC. This is just a donor board that I've been using as a donor. And cancel that. And then from here you can put whatever name you want. So mine will be A2337 space ROM IC. One sec, let me just get the board number. 820 02899, and there's an A. Right, so that's the ROM IC for this board. and then go return, then save. And now that's saved, in future if I ever come across an A2337, this board, I can just copy that data, it's saved there forever. So that's how you build up your list from MacBooks, and you can do it for every single model. So once you've got your list, then it's just a simple case of putting a chip in and open file and then hit write. So it's as simple as that. That's ground there. But if you check the other side of that cap and you check this side, you can normally tell if the CD32 chip's burned out by using the diode readings. It should be about 0.470, round about that mark. So yeah, that's just a way of telling you the chip's burned. Right, so I'm going to quickly install the ROM IC with the new data from the iCloud ROM IC. So I'll quickly solder that in and give it a test. As it goes, on this board the chip wasn't burnt, the ROM IC, but I thought I'd burn on the data from the iCloud one just to confirm it works. So yeah, for testing purposes, I thought I'd just do it anyway. And now I'm going to install a new CD3217B12 IC, a brand new one, to replace the burned one. So I'll quickly solder that in, and then I'll give it a test, see if it's now powering on. So yeah, this video wasn't mainly about the repair, it's mainly about this proving that the ROM IC data works. And as you can see, both ports are now taking 20 volts, and also the amps are climbing. So yeah, once you've got that list, you can burn that ROM IC data onto any ROM IC for that model. So yeah, you only need one donor board originally, and then once you've got the data, you've got it forever. So yeah, it's a more in-depth video about the programmer and how to build that list. This MacBook needs restoring by the looks of it, so I'll give it a quick restore. But it all seems working and it's restoring now. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, really appreciate it, and hit the thumbs up if you like the video and want to watch more.